but you're the reason I clap my hands. Cause you're good like that. Yeah, you're good.
Good morning, 4 points. Come on in, make your way in. Boy, do we have a little treat for you this morning.
It's gonna be fun.
We're excited. We got a new fun game this morning, so come on in. Bring your phones, bust your phones out, go to ccg.buzz. This is fun because this is a game that we can play at the same time while we were hosting it. Because it's not trivia based, it's all skill based. So go ahead and you're gonna go to ccg.buzz, you're gonna put in that code, or you can scan the QR code there. Put in your information. It's gonna need some permissions to do different things, so you're just gonna have to give it access to it. Oh, you're gonna take a little selfie? Oh yeah. Oh, I think I got. You got to give it permission to use your orientation. Allow. Oh yeah, it's getting serious now. So pull out your phone, ccg.buzz. Get ready to rumble. Already got 7 players. This is going to be a series of, I think, seven games or so. It's going to test your skills and accuracy. It's like those apps you can download to grow your IQ.
Yeah.
This one shrinks your IQ. We're gonna shrink your IQ this morning. But I challenge all of you. The Doyles versus Ford Point.
We're gonna win.
Dum.
Dun, dun, dun.
There'll be a series of different games. After each game, the bottom 25% lose. And you get excommunicated from the game. However, you get to still play. You get to keep on playing because after the person who gains in the losers bracket the most points gets brought back into with the rest of us, where I'll be in the winner section. So there's always a reason to keep on playing and having fun with us. Go ahead and pull out your phones to see everyone getting in there.
12 players, 14.
Okay, we're up to 14. Yeah, I think we're getting pretty close there. Let's see if we can see some of these mug shots. You got any mug shots there?
Let's see.
Adrian, is it working for you? Let's see what you got. Oh yeah, you got. Yep. Now it's just gonna have you take a selfie.
Look at all these adorable faces.
There you go. Yep. All right, let me move your hand.
So cute. Yeah, I love them.
Perfect. And then just now you got to grant it permission. Go ahead and give it permission there. Oh boy. Look at those beautiful faces. Is that Robin? I see Robin. I think is that Adam? Adam, is that you? Are you rocking out there? What was your name last week? It was close to Amber. I remember it being close to, because I thought it was Amber. All right, let's see. We got everybody. Everybody's in.
Who's still logging in?
All right, here we go. Let's get started. Game number 1. Game number 1 is just Tilt Golf. Your job is to see how fast you can get the golf ball into the hole. Okay, you got to get the golf ball into the hole. So you're going to tilt your phone to complete 9 holes. Ready? Tap get ready on your phone. And tap start and go. Let's see. Oh, 1. 2.
3.
You're on 3?
Yeah.
3.
4.
4. 5.
5.
6. Oh man. Oh man. It's a race.
6.
You guys are so quiet when you're focusing.
7.
Oh man. Oh man.
I'm done.
How many points did you get?
I don't know.
Oh, I beat you. 109. 109.
Grr.
All right. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year.
All right. Let's see. All right, these are all the people and their points. Let's see who's getting eliminated. Scores under 40. Oh. That hurts.
That must hurt.
That hurts. Oh. Mr. Lefevre, 110. All right. Let's go to the next one here. All right, if you're out, don't worry. You can still get yourself back in if you work hard. You got to work hard in purgatory. All right, this next one is pinpoint. All right, there's going to show a location on your phone, and you got to point your phone to the closest direction where that location is. This is worldwide kind of stuff. This is not like here. This is where is Tennessee, and you have to point your phone to where Tennessee is.
So if Tennessee is up north, they're going to point up north.
Tennessee's up north?
Yes. It's not, guys. I promise. I know.
All right, start. Point to Martha's Vineyard. Submit. Oh, I was close. Dollywood.
I was close.
Dollywood,
Pikes Peak. Where's
here.
Pikes Peak? What is Pikes Peak?
The Gateway Arch. Caesar's Palace.
Ooh.
Oh, that's Vegas.
Empire State Building?
Old Faithful. Oh, that is.
I'm really bad at this game.
Stink. To the Grand Canyon. That's probably. Oh, close.
No!
Walt Disney World.
Madison Square Gardens?
Ding Dong, Texas.
San Antonio?
Ooh, that was good. This is one where you might
Kitty
need to allow the phone permission to have access to your.
So, I got none of them right.
Well, I don't think anybody got them right. It doesn't matter who got them the closest. Oh, I'm not bragging, but the one with the most points up there happens to be a Doyle. What? All right, let's see who gets eliminated.
I didn't get eliminated.
Who got back in the grid? Who's that?
Who dat?
Somebody Scary's eyes got back in the grid. All right.
Ooh, they're back.
Let's see. All right, next one. Next is rush order. Tap circles in order to clear 5 rounds. So there's going to be different numbers. You got to tap them in order on your phone.
So if there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, you want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Okay, get ready. Here we go and start. 1, 2, 5. Oh my goodness.
Finished.
Did you really? Oh my goodness. It's that young brain.
So smart, guys.
All right, smart. Let's see. It also shows us at 30 seconds what scores are at. Who's finished? Let's see who else is
33
finished.
seconds.
Oh, all right. That is not a picture we're going to use for promotional purposes here at Forward Point. Come to Forward Point. Meet these people. Scary.
Look at all those lovely faces.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see.
Ooh, all right.
Who got the highest score that round?
Oh, well done, Justice Joy. You and someone else. Who's the starter?
But we don't know them, so it's like.
All right, who's coming back? Back in the grid with
let's
62
see.
points. Oh, the same person. Scary Eyes. Who's Scary Eyes?
Who are you?
Oh, Lacido.
Who
You think being a light guy back there, you could have gotten a picture with better light. I don't know, I'm just saying. All right, next one, let's see. You gotta touch and hold all the dots. Oh, this is a tough one.
I have a microphone in my hand.
You gotta have ambidextrous fingers.
You got this.
This is not meant for microphone fingers. This one is stumping me. Goodness gracious. Well, I got little people fingers. Oh man, at least I beat Sonia. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Found,
Look who got higher than their bass playing
we found the
father.
person in face forward point who's got smaller fingers than I do. Oh, am I eliminated? Stank. Back in the grid with 78 points.
Father, you're a
Oh,
bass
welcome back.
player.
Welcome back. All right. Let's see. Let's go to the next one here. We got a couple more.
Okay, this
Oh,
next
green
one.
light, red light. Oh, okay. This one you gotta
Shake it.
shake your phone when it's green, and you gotta stop when it's red. Okay.
So you lose points and gain points really, really, really quickly. So you gotta really watch
I'm
your
coming
phone.
back. I'm getting back on the grid. I might get a cramp before I get up to speed today. Shake it, don't break it. Took your mama 9 months to make
I'm done.
it. How'd you finish already?
I'm just that good.
What does that even mean?
I watched a video on how to play these games.
Total 100. How many points did you get?
116.
101. $109. Stay.
Who's back? Who is that?
Is that Augustine?
Is that Augie?
Oh, man.
Augie, you're back in. Jimmy is not back in the game.
Match.
How do you feel?
Tap the correct color.
So the word is gonna say a color, and then it's gonna be in a different colored font. You want to tap the color that the word says, not the color that it is. Okay, it's kind of, I don't know.
What?
Huh? Or maybe it's the opposite way around. Wait, I'm confused.
You want to tap the color
Oh,
that
it's
it
gonna
says.
tell you. It's gonna switch it up on you. That's what's match the letter color. Match the word shown. Letter color.
Letter color.
Color.
Letter color.
Word. Color. Word. Color.
Based on the reactions from the audience, I think I'm getting back in the grid on this one.
Color is match the letter.
I'm done.
Match the letter color. Oh, the word is blue. The word is purple. I'm done. I did not do that well.
Oh boy, the bottom quartile. Oh, bye, Mike Lucido. It was nice knowing you.
I'm not out.
Back on the grid with 44. Stink. Still not me. Oh, Miss Gina.
Yes, Gina.
Oh, up there,
Woo!
representing Kidman. Man, well done. All right, Miss Gina's back. All right, I think this is the last one. That's what, you're gonna have like a board of a bunch of different numbers, and you get 2 chances. Your second red, you're out. Start. Okay. Oh yeah. Gotta go big. Oh shoot.
Shoot.
What do I got? Stank.
No.
And I'm out.
No. I died.
Who's in? Oh. That is a scary group right there.
What's your opinion of these games?
This is a lot of fun, but it's stressful.
Yeah. Did you win?
I did not.
Haha. That is scary.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Okay. E, how'd you do on these games?
I got out because it didn't work even with the geography one.
Making excuses.
55, it's- oh, okay.
Excuses. Let's go! I'm not out.
Back in the grid with 52 points. Chazare! This is a new course that we have at our house. We practice for an hour every day, all these games. All right, the winner is the winner! Yeah, there he is. All right.
Wow, good job for all you guys played.
That was so much fun.
It was.
That was a good way to start off the conversation and the gathering this week.
Yeah, absolutely. So not to make a knock on Android, but my phone did not work on geography. No matter what I did, I couldn't move it. So I got 0 points.
You might have not have did the permissions, right? We'll help you
Probably
next
not.
week, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. How is everyone? We can do a little better than that. Come on. Energy's still up. Yay, that's what I like to hear. My name is Sonia, and if you've missed me, I'm back. So glad to see your shining faces. Today we are a community of faith, hope, and love, helping people find their purpose. Because we believe you were created on purpose. For a purpose. And we want to be part of that story any way we can.
Absolutely. And if you're new here to Ford Point, we want to give you a very special and exciting welcome. We're so glad that you can join us this morning. We hope that you're able to come in, get some refreshments, meet some new faces, say hello to a couple of people. Over the next 75 minutes or so, it's really not going to be a right way or wrong way to participate with us. Just sit, stand, have some coffee, have some water, have some popcorn. We're just so glad that you're here this morning.
We are very glad. And if you still have out your cell phones and you are newer here, please text the word welcome to 315-883-2213. That will take you to our digital connection card. We get a little more information from you, and then we get to send you something in the mail. Receiving snail mail is still fun, so do that if you haven't already. Also get plugged in with all of our different forms of social media, Instagram, X, Facebook. You never know when sharing a like or a post or inviting somebody through social media can change their life or change their day or their life. It happened to me, it can happen to anyone. So we do encourage that, and the best way to get connected is to go to your App Store or your Google Play Store or anything like that and download our Church Center app. That gives you more connection, more information, so we encourage you to do that as well.
Absolutely. And I don't know, does anybody here like parties?
Woo!
Yeah, so we've been doing a party in the wood, right? Every Thursday. We've had 2 of them so far, and they've been awesome. I can tell you, we've had live music. I've really enjoyed the live music. They've been fantastic.
I have a fun story.
Go ahead.
So we do the parties in the woods, right, to hopefully build bridges here, build community and connections. And I was able to invite a grandmother and her 3 grandsons, and they stayed. We bought beef hot dogs. The grandmother was so overjoyed for that. Just those little things. And I was able to, if we all know we have the masked teens in the neighborhood, right? They cause ruckus, things like that. So long story short, I had a conversation with her 11-year-old grandson, asked him why he's wearing the ski mask in the middle of summer and kind of had a meaningful conversation. And by the end of it, he took it off. I don't know if it meant anything, but me and the grandma looked at each other and she was like, thank you. So we do get to build bridges, have meaningful conversations, and have a lot of fun. And that was just a really cool experience for me.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed the time, the conversations that I've had, grilling hot dogs with Lee and serving the community and people just welcoming in. It's just been an all-around good vibe. So we hope that at some point during the summer, we're going to have them through July, through August. Come on a Thursday. It's from 6 to 8. All are welcome. Even if you just stop by for a little bit, just stop by. I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it.
Absolutely. And food, we love food around here. Food Truck Fridays is still a thing. Do you remember who we have coming?
Oh, yeah. It is Redneck Reuben Union.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Reuben's, Redneck?
Reuben's. I looked
Are we
up the
going to have
menu.
some like random squirrel? Roadkill? Maybe? I don't know. We'll find out on Friday when you're there. All right, and if you're a kiddo, G-Pop is in the back waiting to bring you upstairs, and we're going to continue with our gathering. Thank you so much.
All right, Forward Point, it's time for us to have a DTR. Anybody know what that is? Define the relationship. You ever had one of those conversations where you had to have a DTR? You got to sit down with somebody and have a define the relationship type of, you may not have realized it, you may not have called it that at the time, but if you're married, if you ever proposed to somebody, that was a quasi DTR kind of conversation. You said, hey, will you spend the rest of your life with me, forsaking all others? And if they said yes, then they agreed, and that was a defining of your relationship. If you are a little person, maybe high school or middle school, you may have, back in my day, we had little notes and it said check yes or no if, you wanted to sit together on the swing set or and if they checked it back with one of the answers, then you just had a DTR. If you got it back and there was nothing on there, then you were politely rejected, and I'm sorry, that may be part of the reason why you're in therapy right now, but there's all sorts of different ways or reasons when you might have a DTR. I think about when I was in Bible school. Now, what you have to understand about Bible school is they put a lot of pressure on Bible school. They call it things like, I went to Elam, was the Elam Bible Institute, and they called it Elam Bridal Institute was one of the names they had for it, right? One of the also mantras they had was ring by spring was kind of one of the things that they, unspoken secret menu items they had there. And that kind of puts a lot of pressure on, because a lot of times young, Christian singles, they go into situations like that looking and trying to find some kind of forever mates in their lives. That's why in churches a lot of times singles groups are so positive, and people will even move across the country to go to a church that has a really big singles ministry just for the sake of being married. So here I am in Bible school. I'm a young 20-year-old, 18, 19, 20, 21 when I'm there in Bible school. And my senior year, I started to, develop some feelings for a young lady. And she was somebody who lived there close to the campus, but also was there at the school and a part of our class. She was in my class. And man, I tell you, I worked super hard to try to win over her affections. We became really good friends, and we would do certain things. And sometimes it would just get really frustrating because I was always kind of stuck in the friend zone, right? Anybody else ever been stuck in the friend zone? Wow, I'm the only one. Okay, so for the next 5 minutes, you guys can just tune out because this doesn't apply to you. You're not going to relate to it all, but I'm going to have some self-therapy here and talk through this situation. So being in the friend zone, I remember I was already in youth ministry. I was working part-time as a youth pastor, assistant youth pastor there at the church, and I saw this book called DTR. And I thought, man, this would be great to pick up and to read because not only will it help me in talking with kids and, their relationships, but this is something that I might be able to put into practice. And I can remember still being in a spot with this young lady where I said, we need to have a DTR. We need to define this relationship because you really enjoy having me in the friend zone, and I want more than just being in the friend zone, right? I want the official title. I want us to be boyfriend and girlfriend, to be going out, and it caused this conflict because if you're not on the same page, usually the person who's demanding for the DTR is usually the person who winds up losing in the end. Because if you need to ask for a DTR, it means there's something more that you want in the relationship that you're not getting. Now, this could be for romantic relationships. It could just be for friendships where, sometimes you have friends and maybe there's a friend who kind of takes advantage of you in certain ways, and it's just time to say, we need to have a DTR. We need to define this relationship. And part of defining the relationship means that we're going to set up some boundaries. Here's some expectations. Here's how I expect you to act in this relationship. Here's how you can expect me to act in this relationship. And this kind of gives us some, boundaries to be able to work in so we have the proper expectations on what needs to happen. Because this morning, we're going to be looking at this idea that when it comes to relationships, as relationships deepen, so do the boundaries. When you think about romantic relationships, the deeper you get into that relationship, the more boundaries are put into place. When you begin to go from that flirting to now dating stage, right, you're saying, okay, I'm no longer going to be flirting with other people. And if you do, we call you a player. And then, you go out on the Jerry Springer show, and there's all sorts of ways that we, shame you because of your actions. Because typically, when you're dating somebody, you've decided to set up this boundary where I'm no longer going to flirt with other people. Now, if you get into the engagement stage or even the marriage stage, right, you are now making a boundary, a deeper boundary that says, I am going to forsake all others. Even if I'm on my deathbed, I am not going to turn my back on you. Like the boundaries go even deeper and cause you to commit to even deeper things. And to think about if we didn't have those boundaries, it would kind of just be this free-for-all, and a lot of people would be left hurt. A lot of people would be left wondering, what happened. They would be upset. They would be angry. Probably the mental issues that we currently face would be even higher. And what we see in the Bible is we see this story of deepening relationship through boundaries through God's chosen people. We start off in Genesis, and for many of us, we're probably familiar with the overall story, but God chooses Abraham to be his chosen people. He says, listen, if you will let me be your God, I'm going to choose you to be my people, and you're going to be a blessing to the entire world. Your descendants are going to be as numerous as the stars in the sky. They're going to be as numerous as the sand on the beach. You are going to have a lot of people. I'm going to bless you as long as you look to me to be your God. That's kind of the initial DTR that God established with Abraham and the Jewish people. Now, all throughout the book of Genesis, we begin to see these interactions that happen between God and between Abraham and between Abraham's descendants, and then ultimately leading to them being taken into Egypt, because that's where there was food, and Joseph was made as one of the rulers there in Egypt, and it was a place that they could thrive and find food. And it seems kind of like a happy story up to that point, but there's not really any deepening of the relationship between God and between the Jewish people. But then we get into the book of Exodus, and in the book of Exodus, there's a turn that begins to take place because the Egyptians begin to fear the Jewish people. They look out and they see, man, there are a whole lot of these people, and it wouldn't take much for them to kind of get the thought of power in their eyes and overthrow us, take us over and wipe us out. So the Egyptians come up with this plan that they're going to enslave the Jewish people. And then, generations go by as the Egyptians are in slavery, and Charlton Heston is born, and all of a sudden he leads his people out of Egypt into freedom. And as he's leading the people out of Egypt into freedom, God wants to deepen his relationship with these people. So what does he choose to do? He calls them to this mountain, Mount Sinai, and there's thunder, there's lightning, because God's presence is literally resting there on the mountain. I mean, it's such a show. It's to the fact that the people don't even want to get close to the mountain because they're scared for their life. They don't know what's going on. But Moses goes up to the mountain, and God reaffirms his commitment to be the God of these people. And as he's looking to deepen his commitment to the relationship with these people, what he does is he introduces some new boundaries. And he gives what we know today are the 10 Commandments. And you would think, if we look at the 10 Commandments and just think as, selfish individuals, we kind of think, man, what a killjoy. Well, why can't we do some of these things, right? Why can't we covet our neighbor's oxen? Why can't we commit adultery? Because left to ourselves, these are some things that we probably wouldn't mind doing. But God says, I want our relationship to deepen. I want our relationship to go a little further than what it's been up to this point. Up to this point, it's just kind of been this verbal commitment where you said, I will be your God and I've chosen you as my people. But we're going to take things to a whole nother level. And as I'm going to get to know you better and you're going to get to know me better, here are some boundaries that help enhance how you were created. How you were designed to live. That if you live within these boundaries, not only is our relationship going to be better, but your life is going to be better. Sure, it's not always going to be easy, and there's going to be bad things that happen, but this is where kind of the upside down thinking of all the Beatitudes we spent 2 months going through kind of kick into place. When you live this way, when you do these things, while it seems like a buzzkill and it seems like I'm applying some undue restrictions on you, the reality is this is how we are going to grow into deeper relationship, because as relationship deepens, so do the boundaries, and God commits to the people there. You're still my people, and we're going to go deeper. I'm going to get to know you better, you're going to get to know me better, and we are going to make this Facebook official. Now, that is some background information to kind of take us to where we're going today as we continue on in the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew chapter 5. We went through all the Beatitudes, and then last week we talked about being salty and staying lit and how God has called us to be both of those things. And then he kind of goes into this very, probably out of context kind of expression. It doesn't really seem like it fits in. And it starts in Matthew chapter 5, verse 17, and he says this. He says, don't suppose for a minute that I have come to demolish the scriptures, either God's law or the prophets. So when you kind of put this into context of everything that we've read up to this point, it kind of doesn't fit in. And it makes doing things like this, a series walking through the Sermon on the Mount, difficult, because this is obviously a sermon that Jesus gave all at once, or at least the disciples put together as cliff notes all at once. So something about what Jesus noticed as he's going through these Beatitudes, and as he's calling people to be salty and to stay lit, he's beginning to notice maybe some feathers that are being ruffled. He's beginning to notice, man, some people, they're crossing their arms, or maybe some people who have their eyes rolling, and he's beginning to notice there's some pushback to some of these things that he says. So kind of out of nowhere, we take this real quick turn where he says, hey, don't think for a minute that I have come to demolish the scriptures, either God's law or the prophets. Right? And it's key, because when you look at the entirety of Matthew chapter 5 in context, not just in pieces what we've been doing, there's a little connection here that I think is super important. Jesus ended the Beatitudes talking about prophets there, right? If you remember, it's actually the blessed are those who are persecuted, because then you are becoming just like the prophets, right? When you're made fun of, when you are talked about, when you are hurt, when you are anything negative done to you, then consider yourself blessed, because in the same way, that's what happened to my prophets, to the people that I send throughout history to kind of take the church to the next level, to kind of help the relationship deepen. Whenever I've had people help do that, they've always been the subject of ridicule and pain. And then there's this section of Salt and Light, and then he brings back this idea of prophets again. He says, you know what? Don't suppose for a minute that I've come to demolish the scriptures, either God's law or the prophets. Because there's this interesting point that Jesus is making, is that prophets are looked back in history as kind of heroes. But in the moment, in the time, prophets are usually persecuted. So here are some people who start to cross their arms, who start to roll their eyes. And Jesus is making this point that, you know what, you are some people that you look back on history and you look at the prophets that at the time were ridiculed. And let's be honest, if you were there, you probably would have been ones ridiculing them. But now that we've had some time to kind of separate, you praise the prophets and you honor them because it's easy to do from a distance. But now right here is another prophet. I'm a prophet. And in your presence, you're beginning to do the same thing. You're beginning to ridicule. You're beginning to doubt, to disbelieve, to persecute even what is going on. And that tends to be how we operate. One of my favorite movies to watch is the movie Braveheart. And the movie begins and ends by a narration with Robert the Bruce. Robert the Bruce in the movie is one of the people who betrays William Wallace, but then out of that becomes the person that helps lead the people to find their freedom. But he says this interesting line at the beginning of the movie where he says, remember that history was written by those who have hanged heroes. Right? There's this idea that in the moment, the radicals or the people that are truly there to help, the people in power will persecute, will ridicule, will mock, or hang, in the words of Robert the Bruce. Then a few centuries later on, we'll look back and we set them up as heroes. But in the moment, there's something that we naturally do where we don't like people who maybe tell us something that we don't like to hear, who maybe are upsetting the apple cart, who are maybe kind of bringing in some change or doing things differently. We tend to persecute, or we tend to ridicule, or we tend to ostracize. In a few generations, we may look back and we'll hail them as heroes, but that tends to be our nature. Growing up for me, in the church world, man, drums was the hotbed issue. If you had a drum set in your church when I was, 10, 11, 12, then to some other churches, you were a cult. You were, a hypocrite. You were a church that was sending people to hell because you were not allowed to have drums in church. That was the devil's instrument. And now we'd be very hard pressed to find any church that doesn't have a drum set. I mean, I'm in some churches that are Catholic churches doing live streams of funerals and weddings, and they still got some guy on a percussion. It's not quite a drum set, but they're using the beat now in their music, right? At one point, man, you were ridiculed, persecuted for a drum set. And now, I don't know who was the first person to bring a drum set into church, but they are my hero. I love me some drums in our music. And that's what Jesus says. He's saying, man, don't suppose for a minute that I've come to demolish the scriptures, either God's or the prophets. I'm not here to demolish, but to complete. I'm going to put it all together in a vast panorama. Jesus saying, man, the prophets came to try to help steer you towards deeper relationship with me. They've come with some new aspects of boundaries that I want to have in our relationship. And as the result of the things that they've said, you've treated them as criminals. You've treated them as outcasts. And I'm kind of getting the same treatment. Don't think that I'm looking back at those prophets that you hold in such high regard and mocking them. But God has given me a mission to help us deepen our relationship with some boundaries. And Eugene Peterson uses this picture of a panorama. Right? A panorama is like this really big picture. Last year, almost a year ago, the Doyle family went out west and we did some traveling and got to do some different things. And up at Pikes Peak, this is Pikes Peak, they say on a clear day that you can see up to 5 different states from Pikes Peak. They say you can see New Mexico, you can see Kansas, Nebraska, Wyoming, and Oklahoma. Now, this is a normal picture that looks nice. It's pretty cool. You see the mountains. But if you have an iPhone, I don't know about you Android people who can't play games with the rest of us on Sunday morning, but if you have an iPhone, you have this ability to pull out your phone, and you have a pano method, and it has you go like this, and you gotta go like this all slow, right? And you can't go up or down. There's a little arrow on it that kind of forces you to stay online, and you go like this. And what it does is it allows you to be able to not just take pictures like this, but then you can take these panoramic pictures that capture so much more of what you're seeing there in the moment. And Jesus says, man, up to this point, the different prophets have just kind of given you little snapshots, little pictures. But what I'm here to do is not to destroy those pictures. I'm not talking bad about those pictures. But what I'm actually doing is I'm enhancing, I'm giving you a much bigger picture of what they were trying to point to. I thought I would enhance your idea of panoramas a little bit more. This is what a regular picture in the dome might look like. This is a nice panoramic picture. You get to see a fuller picture of how many people were there at the dome. Maybe you were part of one of those sold out events there for one of those games. But also, it can be a very sobering experience to see more of what's going on, right? This is a picture of some graves at Arlington Cemetery, but a panoramic shows a much deeper and even more sobering story of how many lives were lost, helps to serve and protect this country. And this is just one of probably hundreds of panoramic pictures that could have been taken of all the different tombstones taken. And Jesus says, I've come to give you such a bigger picture of the relationship that you can have with God. And as you know, in his life here, he added to those boundaries. He didn't give us more, but he reduced it down to 2. Now, up until this point, the religious leaders, what they did is they just added more rules. They figured the way to be closer to God was to add more rules, and the people who were able to do all of these rules, they're the ones who we get to put into positions of power. But Jesus comes and he turns it upside down, and he just gives us 2. He just says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and then to love your neighbor in the same way. Like all 10 commandments that he originally gave us can fall under one of those 2 commandments. And while it seems like it's less rules, the reality is it's actually harder for us to live by. But that deeper boundary was designed to take us into deeper relationship with Jesus. And that's what he says. I'm not here to demolish the scriptures. I'm here to put it all together and give you a fuller picture. And while it feels at some times that these boundaries may be constricting, the reality is they're designed to make us free. In fact, deeper boundaries do not constrict relationships, but they enhance them. Right? There's a freedom that we enjoy. There's a peace that we get to know that our spouse is not going to go out and start a family behind our backs without us knowing. Now, some people have experienced things like that, and that brings great pain, trauma, hurt, as a result of breaking those boundaries. But when boundaries are honored by both parties, it is the safest, most peaceful place that you can be in. Because you don't have to worry, you don't have to second guess. You're not curious what's going on behind closed doors. The boundaries actually enhance the relationship, they don't constrict it. As a child, I remember as a teenager feeling like all these rules, man, my parents are just out to kind of, put me under their thumb, and this is terrible, and we rebel, and we do things. But now looking back on it, I realize, man, what they were trying to actually do is now being a parent with my own kids. And now trying to parent in a way where my kids hopefully do not feel the same way, but realizing that boundaries are important to help deepen the relationship. It's a vital part of it. And then Jesus goes a little further. He says, God's law is more real and lasting than the stars in the sky and the ground at your feet. Long after stars burn out and earth wears out, God's law will be alive and working. What God's law represents is order and boundaries and design. We say it every week. You were created on purpose, for a purpose. Right? What we're saying is we recognize that there is an order, that there is a design behind you, behind everything that we see, there is a design. And if there's a design, there is a designer. And if there's a design, then it has a purpose, something specific for which it was created. And he says that God's law, God's design is more real. So when it asks us to do things like love our neighbor in the same way that we love God, it's because God created us and designed us to live in community. When he calls us to love God with all of our heart and soul and minds, what he's saying is that his design, when we honor the way that he created us with our bodies, sexually, the things that we eat, when we honor him in that way, then we're going to be most fulfilled, because there is a design and there's an order and there's a process. And he says that process, that design, that order is more real and lasting than the stars in the sky and the ground at your feet. Long after stars burn out and earth wears out, God's law will be alive and working. That order will always be there. That design and the purpose behind that design will always be there. And as he's given kind of this reason behind he's saying these things, he offers a warning along with it. He says, if you trivialize even the smallest item in God's law, and you only have trivialized yourself, but take it seriously, show the way for others, and you will find honor in the kingdom. Now, you look at any of our lives and you will find something, as spiritual as you are, you may be, or you think you are, that others think you are. There are going to be areas in our life where we are trivializing God's order and design. An obvious one for me, it'd be easy to see, right? That I'm not honoring God with my body. Opening up a frozen yogurt shop has not been healthy on the old body. So there's area that, I have obviously to work on. For some of you, it may not be so obvious. There may be things going on in the background. There may be things that we don't know about. But there's areas for all of us where we're trivializing God's order and design. It may be in how you treat someone you're in a relationship with. It may be in the use of substances to help numb some of the pain and the feelings and the things that you're dealing with. But there is something. We all have job security. But the key here is not in achieving freedom of these things in our life, but the freedom comes in bringing them to the light. Bringing them to a place where they're not created and festering in darkness. Because we are living in a culture where all sorts of highly respected Christian influencers, be it pastors, be it musicians, are caught up in scandal because there's all sorts of things going on in the background that they didn't bring to the light. And now it's just re-echoing this message that Christians are hypocrites, that they say one thing but they do something else, and it's hurting us. So when it comes to this idea of show the way for others, this is why it's so important, man. There's so many people who think that it says tell people the way. Right? That our job and our responsibility is to go around pointing our fingers and telling people what they need to change about their life. But that's not what Jesus says here. He says, you're going to show people the way. You're going to live, when you choose to go through this process of looking at your life and looking at the things that show that you're trivializing God's order and process, that's going to do something as people watch. Well, when the pounds begin to shed, when you're no longer going to those parties or participating in those activities that you used to, that shows the way for others. And that's how he's called us to do. We're blessed. One of the Beatitudes, right? It says when you, Matthew chapter 5, verse 9, it says you're blessed when you can show people how to cooperate instead of compete or fight, because that's when you discover who you really are. It uses that same phrase, when you show people. But I would imagine if I met with you one-on-one and asked you, hey, how's your evangelism going? You would get this picture in your mind that I'm asking you, how are you doing at going out and telling other people about their need for Jesus? Now, I believe that there's a place for that and there's going to be a need for that, and you should know and feel comfortable how to do that. But that is not step number one when it comes to evangelism. Right? Step number one is, if you remember our series going through the bless strategy, right? It was where we're doing things like praying for people, and we're meeting with them, and we're having meals together, and we're hearing their story. These are all things that are way before, because these are part of the show them the way, where you invite people into your life, where you keep your home open for them to come and to be a part of. That's the difference that the world needs to see. And he wraps up and he says, unless you do far better than the Pharisees. These are probably the people in the crowd who were folding their arms and rolling their eyes that he began to see. And he says, unless you do far better than the Pharisees in the matters of right living, not right talking, not right showing, a production, he says, you won't know the first thing about entering the kingdom. And this should be very sobering for us, but also very freeing, because this is an opportunity to enter into some boundaries with God that are going to deepen the relationship. A lot of us, I believe, are living under some boundaries that do not deepen our relationship with God. We have boundaries like, man, I got to go to church whenever the doors are open. Going to church whenever the doors are open is a good thing, but that's not going to be the source of your relationship with God. Loving the God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and loving your neighbors as yourself are the boundaries that he established. Living in community helps those things. It enhances those things. We wouldn't be doing what we did if we didn't feel like these are part of helping us do those better. But for some of us, it's just the means. If I go to Bible school, if I read the Bible enough, if I, memorize enough scripture, those are all things that are really good and really important. But unless they act as enhancers to helping you love God and helping your neighbor as yourself, then he says, you're not doing much better than the Pharisees. And you won't know the first thing about the kingdom of heaven. And man, I'd hate for a bunch of us to maybe get to a place where we're able someday when we die to enter the kingdom of heaven, but have never lived in such a way where we brought the kingdom of heaven down here to earth. And that's what he's asked you and I to do. That's what the relationship and the boundaries that he's created for us is designed to do. That's the order in the process that it's set up to do. And for some of us this morning, it might mean that there is a letting go of some of the external boundaries that we've put upon ourselves. Some of the external boundaries that we've added to say that this is what it looks like to grow in, to be spiritual, to be a better Christian. And that's not the way that Jesus describes it. When I think about discipline, I think about our little Ishmael, who's been in our house with us since November. And here's a little kid who was 3, now 4, who didn't know us from Adam when he entered our house. And one of the things that we were very intentional about is that we were going to not stray away from discipline. That despite the history, the multiple homes that he's been in, the different things that he's experienced, we refuse to shy away from discipline to train him to be a normal human being. And it's been trying. He likes to stress test the walls. But we've made a commitment that we're going to keep short accounts, and when he does something, there's consequences, there's penalties. And when he refuses, then the penalties and the consequences increase. And sometimes he's spent most of the day as a result of his actions dealing with the consequences of his actions. Now, from an external, outside perspective looking in, you would hear something like that and you would think, man, I bet you that kid is not happy. I bet you he can't wait to get out of that house. And man, can I just tell you how my little heart just blew up inside of me when just recently he just would come up to me and say, hey, Daddy. I mean, for one thing that he calls us Daddy and Mommy. He says, I love you. I'm just a little 4-year-old innocent child. And out of this mouth and out of these actions, his body has come all sorts of consequences and boundaries, and said to go to your room or go to sit on the step or to do these certain things that he doesn't like to do, that he cries and whines about. But we're faithful. Your actions have consequences. And despite us being the ones who come down with these boundaries and these expectations, now he in the morning comes up to our room and will get in the bed with us. And now there's just another one that I wake up to in my bed in the morning. But he's gotten to this place that something about those boundaries, something about those expectations has deepened the relationship. When from our human perspective, we would think would reflect, it would constrict, it's actually provided this space at which he can thrive, at which he finds love and feels like he is safe and protected. And for you and for me, and maybe for some of us here this morning, that is not how you feel in your relationship with Jesus. For some of us this morning here or watching online, our relationship with Jesus does not make us feel that way. And that's either because you have a wrong perspective of what those boundaries were intended to do, or it's because you just don't want to submit to the boundaries. And I get that. I definitely have been there, and at times I'm still there. But what I know from this morning in the section on the Sermon on the Mount, and from the way I see it playing out in the young people's lives in my house, that there is an order and a process behind boundaries. And if you want to grow in your relationship with God, if you want to grow in your relationship with the people around you, submit to the process, submit to the order, submit to the boundaries. This last week was a harder week for the Doyle family. We remembered the year anniversary of my sister's passing, and then the following day was the anniversary of my father-in-law being murdered. And then yesterday was the birthday of a young girl who was in my youth group who tragically lost her life to an overdose. And someone posted in this Facebook page that's been set up a picture of her smiling, and it shows her and just, hey, remember Mackenzie's smile, and she's got a cup in her hand, and all the friends in the picture have got red Solo cups. And the first thing that came to my mind was just, man, I wonder what's in those cups. And I thought to myself, who in this world would not give up all the alcohol in the world, would not give up all the drugs in the world if it would bring back somebody that they lost? But we don't think that way. We don't make the connection that these boundaries help keep the people that we grow to love around. Because maybe he's not doing it to us. But who of us would not in an instant say, I would forever give up TV, I would forever give up frozen yogurt, I'd forever give up the beer, the heroin, I'd give it all up if I could just have something back. A person, a relationship. And those things that we've lost, those people, they'd still be here. If all of us just said we're going to honor the boundaries that God has given us. Man, even if you choose not to believe in God or Jesus, if you just live this way, then no one is going to lose somebody tragically to death or to murder or to overdoses. Nobody's going to lose a relationship if we just chose. But that's not the story that we live in. Sin has entered the world, and as a result, all of us wrestle with choosing to live my way or God's way. And a part of living God's way, sometimes we create some unnecessary boundaries to kind of help us with this process. But this morning is an opportunity for freedom. To enter into this new relationship, to commit to these boundaries. I'm going to love God with all my heart, soul, and mind, and I'm going to love my neighbor as myself. And in that, not find constraint, but freedom, enhancement in my relationship with God. So this morning, as we respond to you, God, would you help us to do that? Before we move into music, before I close in prayer, I think we have one question here. How would you deal with a person that has accepted your boundaries, lived within them, and now they are stating the boundaries are controlling and no? The first thing I would do is I would get some feedback on the boundaries. I would go to somebody that you trust, you respect, you look up to, and say, hey, are these boundaries cuckoo crazy? Because you have a little bit of bias into that. You've created the boundaries for whatever reason you think these are appropriate. So get some spiritual direction to say, hey, I've put these boundaries, these are the boundaries, or why these boundaries are here, and get some feedback. And then from there, you can begin to say to this person, these boundaries need to stay, or these boundaries, you're right, I was a little cuckoo crazy. Here's an amendment to these boundaries. But it starts with seek wise counsel from people you trust, pastoral, your life group leader, to get an outside perspective. God, we are so grateful, man, that you decided to love us so much that you would create boundaries. Despite knowing that we would be a people who would buck the system, that we would hate it, that we would constantly be breaking the rules and breaking your commandments and your laws, you still did it not because you're a hard-nosed, stubborn old man, but because more than anything, your desire is to grow into deeper relationship with you. And if we just choose to turn away from living our life the way that we want to and start living towards the higher plans and purposes and deeper relationship that you have for us, that we'll be blessed. So God, help us to be a people that don't hear and see the different things that maybe are changing the way we've always done things and persecute them like the prophets of old have always been persecuted. Help us to be people that begin to see what's happening, to search your heart, to seek wise counsel, and to be able to be people who embrace change in the freedom of we just get to love God and to love others. Allow that to help us feel secure in our relationship with you, but then to give us a freedom to show the world how a relationship with you is the most dramatically changing thing. That despite the consequences of the different ways that we live and the way it's impacted our life, that we can walk through that and love you even more. Because we know that it's from a good Father who loves us and wants us to be blessed, to be happy. So help us this morning as we sing to recommit, to look and search our hearts, and to know where inside of us have we lived under an expectation that was never a part of your boundaries. And where in our life are we out of boundary that we need to step into your order this morning. Continue to work in our hearts.
I need you to soften my heart, break me apart. I need you to open my eyes, to see that you're shaping my life. And all I am, and I surrender. Give me faith to trust what you say, that you're good, your love is great. I'm broken inside, I give you my life. I need you to soften my heart, break me apart. I need you to pierce through the dark and cleanse every part of me. All I am, and all I am, and I surrender. Let me hear ya. Give me faith to trust what you say, that you're good, your love is great. I'm broken inside, I give you my life. Let's sing that again. Give me faith, give me faith to trust what you say, and you're good and your love is great. I'm broken inside, I give you my life. Cause I may be weak, but your spirit's strong in me. My flesh may fail, my God, you never will. Cause I may be weak, but your spirit's strong in me. My flesh may fail, but my God, you never will. Cause I may be weak, but your spirit's strong in me. My flesh may fail, but my God, you never will. Cause I may be weak, but your spirit's strong in me. My flesh may fail, but my God, you sing it again. Cause I may be weak, but your spirit's strong in me. My flesh may fail, but my God, you never will. Cause I may be weak, but your spirit's strong in me. My flesh may fail, but my God, you never will. Give me faith. Give me faith to trust what you say. Oh, that you're good and your love is great. I'm broken inside, I give you my life. Give me faith. Give me faith, oh, to trust what you say, that you're good and your love is great. I'm broken inside, I give you my life. give you my life. One more time, I'm broken. I'm broken inside. I give you my life. When you walk into the room, everything changes. Darkness starts to tremble at the light that you bring. When you walk into the room, every heart starts burning. Nothing matters more than just to sit here at your feet, worship you. Worship you. We love you. We love you. We'll never stop. Can't live without you. Jesus, we love you. We can't get enough. All this is for you, Jesus. When you walk into the room, sickness starts to vanish. Every hopeless situation ceases to exist. When you walk into the room, the dead begin to rise, 'cause there's resurrection light in all you do. We love you. We'll never stop. Can't live without you. Jesus, we love you. We can't get enough. All this is for you. Sing it again. Jesus, we love you. And we'll never stop. Can't live without you. Jesus, we love you. We can't get enough. All this is for you. Jesus, Jesus, come and consume, God. Oh, we are. We give you permission. Our hearts are yours. We want you. Yeah. Oh, we want you. Come and consume. Come and consume, God. Oh, we are. We give you permission. Our hearts are yours. We want you. Oh, we want you. Come and consume, God. Oh, we are. We give you permission. Our hearts are yours. We want you. Oh, we want you. Come and consume, God. Oh, we are. We give you permission. Our hearts are yours. We want you. Oh, we want you. We love you. We love you. And we'll never stop. Can't live without you. Jesus, we love you. We can't get enough. All this is for you. Jesus, we love you. We'll never stop. Can't live without you. Jesus, we love you. We can't get enough. All this Won't forget the wonder of how you brought deliverance, the exodus of my heart. You found me, you freed me, held back the waters for my release. Oh, Yahweh, you're the God who fights for me, Lord of every victory. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You have torn apart the sea, you have led me through the deep. Hallelujah, hallelujah. A day is a sign that you are with me. The fire by night is the guiding light for my feet. You found me, you freed me, held back the waters of my release. Oh, Yahweh, let me hear ya. You're the God who fights for me, Lord of every victory. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You have torn apart the sea, you have led me in the deep. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You're the God who fights for me, Lord of every victory. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You have torn apart the sea, you have led me through the deep. Hallelujah, hallelujah. 'Cause you stepped into my Egypt and you took me by the hand and you marched me out in freedom, oh, into the promised land. And how I will not forget you, God, I'll sing for all you've done. Death is swallowed up forever by the fury of your love. Oh, you stepped into my Egypt and you took me by the hand and you marched me out in freedom into the promised land. And now I'll not forget you, God, I'll sing for all you've done. Death is swallowed up forever by the fury of your love. You're the God who fights for me, Lord of every victory. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You have torn apart the sea, you have led me through the deep. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You're the God who fights for me, Lord of every victory. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You have torn apart the sea, you have led me through the deep. Hallelujah, hallelujah. 'Cause you stepped into my Egypt and you took me by the hand and you marched me out in freedom, oh, into the promised land. Oh, and now when I forget you, God, I'll sing for all you've done. Death is swallowed up forever by the fury of your love. Oh, you stepped into my Egypt and you took me by the hand when you marched me out in freedom into the promised land. And now I will not forget you, God, I'll sing for all you've done. Death is swallowed up forever by the fury of Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. You have been so, so kind to me. Know the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. And oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Know the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. When I was your foe, still your love fought for me. You've been so, so good to me. When I feel no worth, you paid it all for me. You've been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. The shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. No, 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 no. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Whoa. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. Oh, no, no, no. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. No, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God.
Whether you've been coming to Forward Point for a while, you just knew it's your first time. If you're kind of looking for some next steps on what and a way to pursue that, we have several avenues you can do that. You can do that in person. We have a welcome team that's right outside these doors. There's some wonderful people that you can chat with and can give you information. We have prayer partners that are here in the corner. You can connect with them. You can do it digitally through the digital connection card. You can do it through the Church Center app. The point is that we are very committed on making a connection with you, and we want to be part of your story, as we mentioned in the beginning, any way that we possibly can. So if you want to make that connection, those are the 4 different ways that you can do that. Just a few reminders. We do have Party in the Wood this Thursday from 6 to 8. So at Love Handles, come join us if you have an opportunity. We also have food truck on Friday. So if you missed Thursday, we have opportunity on Friday to come for food truck. It's Redneck Reuben Union. Come some good eats and some, you can chat. There's always somebody out there you can chat with. If you want, free to go into Love Handles, get some dessert after you have a Reuben sandwich. Definitely can do those things. Here at Ford Point, we're all about connection. And Sonia shared a very touching story where she made a connection at Party in the Wood. And those events are possible because of people who give. And if that's something that you feel on your heart that you want to support that, there are 4 ways that you can do that. You can do that in person. Right here, there's a Joy Box located in the back. You can do it through texting any amount to 84321. You can do it through the Church Center app. You can also give online at www.fordpoint.org/give. Everything that you give and support is always funneled in that pursuit of connection and building bridges into community. And I think we have a thermometer that's going to come up. This is for the next building fund. Just another chapter in that connection of building that bridge. So we're up to 26%. We're getting there. For all those that have given and continue to give, thank you so much. We're very appreciative for that. Join us after the Sunday morning gathering for a brainstorming session on how we can generate some more funds to meet that goal. We already have in place, we have our food angel, Mama Skinner. She's already making the banana nut bread. So I bought one today. Lois has also been baking goods, and I got 2 boxes of Half Moon cookies that me and my family are going to enjoy this Sunday after we have some Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. So we're going to have some good desserts. Those are some more ways that you can help donate and reach that goal. Here at the Palace Theater, we're here now. And this is the venue that we have every Sunday morning. And we're so very appreciative of this space that we like to give it back in better condition than we received it. So if you have time, many hands make a light work. Join us cleaning up. You can meet us at the back. There's a closet right outside these doors. Somebody will be there to guide you and instruct you on what help we may need. It is summer, and with summer comes summer fun days, right? Fun treats? I don't know if I got that right. So after every Sunday morning gathering, we have a little treat for everybody as you're leaving. So don't forget to join in and get that. If you have children, you can pick them up upstairs. Make sure you check them out upstairs, and that's all we have. Thank you very much for joining us. Love you, Ford Point.